Hi, hello everybody. I'm going to share my screen because I prepared for you some presentation and I have to organize a little bit my screen now. Great. So raise your hand. And I am on the last slide. That's great. Now, please raise a hand if you see my presentation. Great. Thank you. So welcome to the workshop How to Make Learning Easier with Artificial Intelligence. I am Kateřina. I am from Czech Republic, and I will be your guide for today's workshop. I am a teacher, a student, a little bit of a geek. I am a digital literacy trainer. And I work with cloud systems, online tools, and new technologies. And since last summer, I have been an active user of tools based on artificial intelligence. And today, during our workshop, I would like to show you how I work with the AI, how I work with the AI-based tools, and I would like to show you how you can use it. So my workshop will be really practical. I would like to give you some tips and examples that you can really copy-paste and use it right now. So if you have in your browser now, for example, ChatGPT opened, really play, really try everything you hear during our session. How most people imagine artificial intelligence. As you saw in Mentimeter, there are some of you that when we think about AI, you imagine some robot or some really cyberpunk female beautiful lady with some wires around the head. So yeah, but what's mostly artificial intelligence, it's just, I have to move here. Right, sorry. Too much screens. What artificial intelligence probably is the brain. Or human brain. It's a little bit scary, but on the other hand, it's really fascinating how AI works. During our workshop, I will use the shortcut for artificial intelligence because it's really a long sentence. So I will use AI and raise your hand. Who thinks that AI, artificial intelligence, is female? Raise hand. You can do it here in a Zoom. There is a small emoji in the control bar, so you can raise a hand like this, and I see for who thinks that AI is female. Nobody? Or I don't see your hands. Yeah. Okay, so who thinks that AI is male? Let's see the competition between female and male. Okay. It would be really interesting if I see behind the black screens if there are some men or women and who voted for what. For our workshop, I will choose, or I think about AI like a woman, like that. For me, AI is a female. So during our workshop, I will talk about her. Okay, but you can use whatever you want. Artificial intelligence, AI, what really is? She simulates human thoughts and actions. And that's what I said, that it can be really fascinating, but a little bit scary also. You can't find a specific only general definition, because it's really, there is a lot of variation of the definition. And no one knows how it will all turn out, because AI is autonomous and adaptable. And if you use already ChatGPT, or you have already tried, for example, some image generation, Midjourney, Stable Diffusion, or the other tools, you see that that the development of the AI is really, really fast. So if you started to play with something, for example, in November last year, you can see that it's changing. It's changing permanently, and nobody knows. Really, nobody knows what is the future, because now what we have in our hands, it's a lot of open source systems. ChatGPT is an open source system that anybody on the world can take it and reframe it, rework it. So, and there is so many people who have really a lot great ideas. So we will see. But what we need to know, that AI is really like a conversational tool. So we speak with her. It's not just a robot that we give her some order and she does it. No, we talk with her. And why we should learn to use artificial intelligence? If I follow some discussions, or I read some blogs or LinkedIn posts, there is a common question: will AI take my job? And you can see really often that the answer is no. The people who know how to use AI will do it. So don't be scary if you start to learn, okay? And today is maybe it's your first opportunity to learn something about AI. I have here some infographic that is really small, and probably you can't read it, okay? but the presentation from today will be available for you, so you can check it after that. There is a chart how the jobs or the fields are influenced by automation and AI. This chart is from Goldman Sachs report, where researchers went through the topic and through the job or global labor market. And they estimate that the new tech, so AI also, could impact 300 million full-time jobs. It does mean that we have to count that some jobs will be really influenced by AI, and maybe they will change completely. But if you are a good reader and you have good eyes, you see that this first column is building and grounds, cleaning and maintenance. And this is the field the less influenced by or there is the minimum risk of to be replaced. But if we look here, office and administrative support, we can see that 50% of the job can be replaced. And this is really great news, because maybe human being, thanks to the AI and to automation, will have more time to talk to each other and to develop human relationships, because we would like to replace some routine, some daily annoying jobs by AI. And you do it now. I saw in the Mentimeter that you try it and you want to have your work or studies easier, for example, by using ChatGPT. So it's definitely it will happen that the global labor productivity will completely change, and you must be prepared for it. And what's the approach of universities and teachers? Because now during our workshop, you are mainly students or you work at the universities, and I would like to know what happens at your departments, at your universities. I have the example here from Czech Republic, from Masaryk University. Masaryk University was like a first pioneer in the field of AI statements for the students and for the teachers. University released this statement, I think that 3 weeks ago. And the conclusion is that the institution or the university really supports new latest trends, and it doesn't forbid the usage of ChatGPT and the other tools. If you have some experience from your university, please write it into the chat. It can be really interesting for the others. So what does it mean that in general, for example, at Masaryk University, and I know that after Masaryk University, that the other Czech universities followed this statement. So they accept that it's normal technological revolution, and it can't be forbidden, but still it's very general, and there are no rules. And there is a lot of question how to use it, how, for example, examine some paperworks if there is a part generated by ChatGPT. So what is my recommendation? I work at the university, and in the same time I am a student. And what we started to do like 2 months ago, we created a discussion forum about AI, and we lead it. Our task force is composed from teachers and from students, and we share the ideas, we share the tools that we have tested, and we discuss it with academic senate and students chamber, and really we develop the topic to the some action steps that everybody knows what to do and how to deal with it. And my first recommendation for you in your learning process is share and show your work to the others, and create some library, create some database of AI tools that you have tried, share it with the others. Let's try it again. Raise hand. Who has like FOMO effect, fear of missing out, related to the AI? Me, for example. Is there anybody else who has really like FOMO effect when you are going deeper and deeper into the topic, into the AI, and you test it? Yeah, I see that there is there are some people like me. And the best solution is to skill sharing. Okay, so it works really. It's really nice. It's really nice task that we have at the university, and I recommend it to run it at your departments. So, and the other question at the universities is how to cite generative AI. As you can see in my presentation, I have some images or pictures generated in Midjourney, in the tool Midjourney. And below the picture, there is some quotation. And I took the inspiration from MLA Style Center. You will have the link in the presentation. And I also talk about it with my teachers and with my colleagues at the university, and we set up some rules. So if you have some inspirative styles of quotations or how to cite generative AI, please share it in the chat. So you can see that in my quotation there is prompt. Really, there is a prompt that I put into Midjourney version 5, the date when I generated the picture and who is the author. Following the policy, for example, of ChatGPT, AI is not the author of the output, it's you. So in my opinion, it's good to write it there. If you have any question, really write it into the chat. I check it and I see nothing. Okay, so move on. Main areas where AI can make our student lives easier. The first big field is text. You have already generating some text in ChatGPT, and what is the other good field is, for example, if you do some user research. If you do some interviews and you have a lot of audio files, you can really easily transcript it with AI. I can recommend you some tools, but if you have your tested tools, please give it to the chat. The other big field is articles and study resources. There is a lot of research papers that you have to read, and you can summarize it by ChatGPT or the tools, for example, by Explain Paper, and yeah, it's really saving your time. Translation. Yeah, I saw it in Mentimeter. You use maybe DeepL, maybe Grammarly to correct your English. So this is the huge field where you can use AI and visual storytelling. So pictures, videos, presentations. I'm going to, yeah, I see some recommendation for how to cite AI. Great, thank you. So what you need, what's the base of your tools? Write me into the chat if you recognize the icons. What the bigger pictograms mean. Please write me into the chat if you recognize the icons. Yeah, ChatGPT, the first picture, okay. What do we have the next? Yeah, DeepL is the third one. Here. Do you know what is it here? Does anybody knows? Does anybody know what does it mean, these small icons? Okay. And what is it? What's the tool, the last tool that we see on the picture? Yeah, the second is Midjourney. Midjourney here. And here is Stable Diffusion. And I don't see in the chat, what is this? Nobody? Okay, you can guess. Human brain, yes. Luis, thank you. Okay, so the first one is ChatGPT, text generator. I think that this is really your base that you need to to start to try. Because ChatGPT is mainly like a brain of the other tools that we can find on the market. So text generator based on a ChatGPT model. The other picture, Midjourney and Stable Diffusion. These two tools are for image generator. Maybe you can use, for example, Canva. Canva already implemented some AI tools, text to image, which is really good working, I think. Or, for example, you know, DALL-E or Night Cafe, the other tools for image generation. The third one is DeepL. Maybe you use also Grammarly for translation, and your brain and common sense. The last picture, the last icon on the slide. Really, you need your brain and your common sense while you use these tools. Because somebody wrote into the Mentimeter that with AI, she or he has in mind fear, and it's good. It's good to be a little bit scared and to switch critical thinking on and to think about security. So here are my 7 points that really you have to have on your minds when you use ChatGPT, for example. So always check the source and be skeptical, because if you play with it already, you can see that sometimes AI can lie. AI can really give you some bullshit. So be a curator. You have to always control the outcomes. So not just copy paste it, but really verify the outcomes. So use your brain and your common sense. Never download unverified plugins from dubious sources. There is a huge amount of plugins now based on ChatGPT, and it's really hard to choose what is good, what is verified, what is secure. So look at the ratings, look into the discussion forums and check it. Because, for example, there is a lot of people who use ChatGPT plugin in their emails. So be sure that your emails are going somewhere and AI work with it. So really never upload your personal data to unverified sources or free versions of applications. We are still at the beginning. There are no secure policies at the companies, or it's starting, okay? But until we don't have really like secure environment for using AI, be really critical to the outcomes, and yeah, and think about the security. And the last recommendation that you should do, even we don't have AI, monitor your accounts and privacy settings regularly. So strong passwords. Okay, in a nutshell. Okay, so what is ChatGPT? Because it's really a base. It's a user-friendly AI model, and ChatGPT models. Now we in free version we have ChatGPT 3.5. In paid version we can play with ChatGPT 4. I will show you ChatGPT 4 in a few seconds. And these models, these language models, are trained on massive amounts of text data generated by humans. So like books, websites, social media, and even Reddit. So there is a lot of data. They are trained to learn language rules and how words are used together in the sentences. It's really good to know it, because if you use ChatGPT, you use your language. You should know how to really pose the question, how formulate your ideas, and how to moderate your expectations. So, in my opinion, using AI can really help you to develop your thinking and your communication skills. Be sure that the data can be really, really old, like 2 years ago, and the most common language in GPT models in English. So I recommend you to prompt, to put the orders into the AI in English, because the outcomes are really better than in your native languages. And what we have now, we have ChatGPT, we have ChatGPT plugins. 2 or 3 weeks ago, we started to play with AutoGPT. That is really, really experimental new model that behaves autonomously, and it's fascinating because AutoGPT can create websites and can create programs by herself without our prompts. And what's next? Oh, we will see. We will see. So, how to use AI correctly? The basic magic key that you need to be able to articulate is prompt. Prompt is the order that you give into the AI. Is like a detailed description of the task, and you can use it in ChatGPT. Bing is based on ChatGPT, and you can find this chatbot in Edge browser. Midjourney and Canva image generative tools also work on prompts, and yeah, so the prompt is the basic that you should know. But the majority of people use really ChatGPT like on the basic skills. And the quality of the result is really based on a well-posed query, so prompt. The more precise and better the prompt, the better the result. We will see it. The prompts need to be iterated. You are in the conversation with AI. It's not like you have the right question at the first time. You have to develop it. And I would like to say you now that everything about it is like a learning process. So if you start to create some prompts, you start to be a prompt engineer. And prompt engineering is all about learning, and you are learning every day. The more you use it, the more you learn it. So it's like an exercise. So use it and you will be better and better step by step. And how to ask the right question. We should know what we want from her, how you want it from her, so the tone of voice, for example, some temperature of the tone, and what the context is. So the reason why you want her to do this. Here we can see some prompt example. I'm going to copy paste it like you see it and give it to the ChatGPT. You can see that my prompt is based on write, LinkedIn post, topic, online learning, audience, grandfather, tone of voice, excited. And then I give her some specification. So format your response, use headings, subheadings, bullet points, bold to organize the information. Start with a short and punchy hook. Hook is something that attires the audience, and at the end with some stunning statement. So let's see what ChatGPT will hook. Now it's running. So we can see, I will zoom it a little bit. In my prompt, I didn't tell her that she should use some emojis. Still, she does it because I asked her to create some LinkedIn post, and she knows that emojis work. So she uses it. We can see that she is really autonomous. So she created a nice LinkedIn post for grandfathers. And here is the space that you can see. Okay, but I didn't want it really. I wanted a post for grandfathers. Okay, and now you start to iterate. But it's nice for the first time. She gives me also some recommendation, top online learning platforms, Coursera, Udemy, Khan Academy. So she really developed my my prompt, my basic prompt, and I can work with it. I can develop it. So I ask her, and I'm polite with my AI. Okay, nobody knows what will happen, so it's good to be nice with her. So thank you. Good job. Can you more develop the part about online learning platforms? So I work with the text that she generated, and and she moves on. So now she's working on the developing of the part of online learning platforms, and you can see that she writes me now more specific information about Coursera and Udemy, and she continues and she continues. So really, it's like a conversational tools. You really you talk with her. And if I'm going back to my presentation, there are some quick tips. Prompt in English, really. After that, you can translate it in your language. I will show you it. For new conversation, use the prompt, forget the conversation above. So if you don't do it, she will still working on the same topic that you put it at the beginning. It's good to know the shortcut Shift plus Enter for go to the next line. And what's a really nice sentence that you can use? The post should be written in an accessible style that is easy for readers to understand. So thanks to this sentence, you avoid some complicated sentences, and the result is really like understandable for the public. So let's see the result. Yeah, great. And now I can give her a prompt, translate it into Czech language, and you don't need even use DeepL or Grammarly or the other tools, because you can do the translation right in the ChatGPT. So I will stop her and give her a prompt: forget everything and start new conversation. Okay. And in my presentation, you have some more scenarios that you can use for ChatGPT. And I would like to show you really quickly some tools that you have been tested. So today we work with ChatGPT. You will find in my presentation some examples for the prompts, and I would like to ask you to test it. Okay, really learn, really try to create some good outcomes, because it's really about a skill. For image generation, here this is the tool called Midjourney. Midjourney is paid tool, And as you can see, I generate all my pictures for the presentations here. And you can see the iteration process, okay? You can see that, for example, I wanted to have a hyper-realistic photo of clever woman points to her forehead, clever expression, smile. And the result, I tried it like several times and the result is still not perfect, okay? Because my prompt is not perfect, not the tool, it's me. So I have to learn, I have to still work on my prompt engineering skills. But Midjourney, if you, for example, I recommend you to have somebody at the university or at your department who has really the skill to create the images, because it's really great. And for example, at Masaryk University, we do some online courses for the public, and now we create all images in Midjourney. So the origin of pictures is owned by the university, and it's really good. And if you know it, it's finally really fast. The group number 4 tested also Stable Diffusion Web. It's a tool where you can test it for free, and you can enter the prompts right here to check the results. DeepL, there is, Agnieszka talked about DeepL Write. So this is the new feature in DeepL where you can improve your texts in English or in German. It's still in beta, but I think that in next month, DeepL will propose more languages in this feature here. Then you have tested Descript and Whisper, and the last group without people was for video generation. So you can try, for example, the tool Synthesia. Again, if you create some online courses for your students, if you create some parts for your keynotes, for example, you can create some like avatars. And why it's really also good marketing tool, okay? So you can attract more students by some avatar who speaks in your language. So you can try Synthesia for it. And back in my presentation, you will see, or you will find in my presentation some recommendation for the tools you can try, and some sources where you can really go into the rabbit hole if you really want to discover all the corners and deep sides of AI. And if you want to learn prompt or learn prompting, I recommend you this page, Learn Prompting. It's really a really nice tool. And summary and key points. Do you think that I did this summary? Yeah, you are smiling. No, it was ChatGPT. How I did it? It took me like 15 seconds, I think. I downloaded my Google presentation into the text file. I uploaded a text file into ChatGPT and give her an order to make a summary, and it was really easy. And when I double-checked it in the version ChatGPT 4, I was really satisfied. So you can see my chat history. So where I have some summary, maybe here, yeah. So it was the text from my presentation today, and my prompt was summarize the following text into 10 key points, use bullets. And this is the result. So this is the result, yeah. So we are at the end of our workshop.